questions. I think there was a few of you that weren't expecting to see me for another couple months, right? I'm gonna clear up my leatherworking stuff here, because that's one of the things while I was taking kind of a hiatus from YouTube and journal making and stuff like that. I picked up woodworking and leatherworking. So yay. So I do quite a few things these days, but and I've also been making traveler's notebooks. This one's, I think, field note size. I've still got to do some edge work on it, but in my Etsy, of course, links always down below, there are a few journals on there, and let me tell you, if you could smell these things, oh, which if you purchase one you can, but okay, so I've been thinking real quick before I get this out of the way. I've been thinking about this journal, and while I'm excited to do this journal, I'm not as interested in doing it right now like I thought I was. So that's going to be put on the back burner for a minute, because I've been watching some of my friend Marta Lakotska and with Maremy Small Art, and sorry, I had to switch my microphone because I think my beard was rubbing up against it, which is not good audio for anyone. So I've been recently watching my friend Marta, Maremy Small Art, as you know, and some other folks on Instagram and a little bit on YouTube, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to do something else right now, and I feel like that's okay. I feel like oftentimes we don't give ourselves the freedom to do what we want to do, right? You know, whether it's, for example, something I know we all struggle with is using our pretty papers, or, you know, that pretty book that we've got, or, you know, something that we kind of hold on to and we just hoard because, well, I don't know why we do it, actually. You know, that's kind of always the age-old question, isn't it? But I am giving myself that freedom finally, because if I'm not 110% invested in what I'm doing at that moment, I feel like people will be able to sense that, right? And I want to be 110% invested in the products that I'm making, that I'm going to sell, products that I would use myself, you know, stuff like that. I want to make sure that I am invested in it, and that I'm able to give it my all, right? Instead of holding back or not, you know, doing, let's say, as much as I normally would if I was super passionate about a project. So, with that being said, I'm just going to play with some stuff. You know, even if you're relatively new, right, we've all got some things, right? We've all got stuff that you know, maybe we've started. And honestly, I'm just pulling stuff out of my little tray here. So none of this was pre-planned. I mean, clearly I hadn't even cleaned off my desk yet. Here's stuff that, well, let's say maybe we haven't even opened and we've had for a couple years. Stuff that we haven't really used. Stuff that we were going to use and just never did. Stuff we were going to use and kind of for some reason lost interest because life got in the way. Papers that Tim Holtz doesn't make anymore, the 12 by 12 and the 8 by 8s, that are beautiful, so beautiful that we couldn't use them, right? It's idiotic. What else did I buy them for? You know what I mean? So we're gonna use stuff. So how does that sound to y'all? Stuff that we've made that's been forgotten. Y'all, I'm just kind of digging in this tray. Like, it's a little rolling cart and little scraps of stuff. It's a little rolling cart of stuff that I put in there while I was cleaning and organizing. And this is just stuff that, you know, I did at one point that I didn't really do anything with. So let's do something with some of this stuff, okay? All right. And I think what I'm going to do, nice little vintage or antique, I don't know yet, probably antique actually, book cover that will probably be in a nice vignette. So I just didn't want to commit. The more I got thinking about it, I really just didn't want to commit to doing something that, you know, for example, if I were to do that book, that little golden book, and I just wasn't completely feeling it, I feel like that would show, and no one would want to watch that, right? It would not be like this great return of Austin. It would be like this, oh, good God, why is Austin back, right? Okay. Enough blabbing. Just kidding. I'm pretty much just gonna blab and do one takes in these videos like all the time now, so yay. Alright, I think we got enough stuff here. And here's the thing, I think, unless someone like in the comments or sends me a message and just express interest in, like, let's say if I make a tag, right, and someone express interest like, hey, I want to buy that tag from you, how much, then I'll probably, you know, but I'm really not wanting to do like a full journal or anything just like for the sake of selling it, or even just for the sake of making it fully, right? I kind of want to just create, enjoy myself, and whatever happens, happens, and then I'll be like, oh, this is done now, right? So, I am currently looking for some sandpaper. Some sandpaper. And now I'm coming back. I really want to kind of do some coffee and create or something too, like in the mornings. So this is probably way too high of a grit to really do a whole lot on this. I think it'll still be alright. So if you guys don't know, if you go here, and this will work with blades too, if I were to take a craft knife, but it will really help thin out your paper and you kind of score it. Not so much, I mean, sometimes you can completely sand it where it will just fall off, but also sometimes I do a really good job of gluing the corners and or the edges, and so it doesn't always want to come off super easy, which is great because usually, or I guess I should say previously, that was the opposite problem I would have. Stuff would just peel up at the corners. So, okay. Let me see. Man, I hate to tip this at all because my setup is still a little... You know, I didn't find anything really on Prime Day that I was super stoked about. I think I may have gotten some more, like, microphones or something, but... couple household things we needed, but even that was pretty much because we needed it, not necessarily a great deal, you know. I feel like great deals are kind of behind us these days, it seems. So anyway, okay, now my distress ink. It's a great question. I probably should have found that first because of course I've got to use it. I've got so many bags of stuff. Honestly, I could just like create all sorts of stuff every day for the rest of my life and still have a bunch of crap that my kids have to go through when I die. It's amazing. Okay. Well, I found some archival ink. Haven't found my blender yet. You know what? I found one that'll be good enough. How about that? So I've got some archival ink. I've got a couple stamps, some stencils. I got this. I can't remember who I bought this from. Someone on Etsy, I know, but it's just gorgeous. And it's so simple. So I want to make stuff like this, right? You know, just this little tag. It's not even distressed now that I think about it. It's just so simple, so nice. And you know, I want to do things like this that will make me happy, you know? Not that, like, just doing art is what makes me happy, you know, because there's plenty of things that make me happy. That's not where I was going with that. But, like, I want to do projects that I'm, like, super into. So... But like I told you all in the last video, I'm going to keep upping my equipment and my just the value of the videos and stuff. Have you all seen me? I mean, I know you've seen my tats in some videos, but maybe not super in depth, but I'm tattooed up now, so there's that. I really like this little cover. So how have you all been? So I'm not sure if it's translating so much on the video because of my lighting, which, man, I thought was good, but it seems like if I hold stuff up, like at any... Hang on, let me do a quick experiment real quick. Okay. See, I just want to, like, kind of eliminate shadows if I can, but it's not like being super cooperative. I don't know. Maybe it'll look better when I'm not, like, trying to see it, because how I'm standing, how I've got my phone's kind of weird, so anyway, okay. So I like to do stitching here on these older books to give it a little bit more stability. And I will, if I need to, go in with some tape and then stitch again and just, you know, kind of give it that look, either masking tape or washi tape, and kind of stitch it. But I really, or cloth even, could do leather, but man, sometimes leather just gets so bulky, you know. So I've also thought that I would like to do, I think I mentioned this last time, live streams, because my new business with, you know, disaster stuff and all that, I'm doing live streams. And this is something I made a long time ago, before I had a sewing machine, actually, and this is using the Linktr.ee. Oh gosh.
2 hours later.
Alright, let's see how long that's gonna sit. Sorry, good grief. Okay. So, this was before I had a sewing machine. These are actually Linktr.ee stamps that she used to sell. I don't know if she still does or not, but it's got a little pocket here. And see, like which I still staple things, but like I stapled, I glued, I did the faux stitching here with some black archival ink and the stitching stamps, and then little, so that'd be fun, even just as like a little throwback type of thing, you know. All right, so let's see here. If my camera falls again, this may just be a really short video compared to what I usually do. 20 minutes isn't super short, but compared to my hour so long, it's relatively short. But okay, so anyway, what I was talking about a little bit ago, before the great falling of the camera holder, was because of my new emergency management, disaster preparedness and response channel, Disaster Dynamics Media. Go check it out and subscribe if you want to. Also on Facebook and like every other social media, so there's that. I'm doing live streams, like a lot of them, and more video stuff, so I'll likely be able to do some live streams craft related, either just chatting, or, you know, coming on here and doing this live as well, but with like a better production value than I've done previously. because this will be like through a stream. I don't really know how to explain it. Like through streaming software with, you know, just all sorts of bells and whistles and cool stuff. So that's something that I'm also considering. I just don't want to have like no one in there, you know what I mean? Because for some reason, and I think there's a way to go around this, it doesn't show up on my videos when I'm done streaming. It shows up just under live because, you know, it was a live stream. But anyway, so I don't know how to get that to work right. But anyway, okay, let's get nope, it would have to be like this because I want that to be the other. Nope, I'm not going to use that page for that. Hey, where was some of that paper I had just a little bit ago? Where'd that go? Y'all happen to know where I put any of that? I can't find it. I can't find it. Okay. But I want some like sturdy coffee dyed paper. That's what I want. You know what? I'll use one of these. And I think gesso. Man, should I use gesso or see? Here's why some of these videos are really fun like this, because you're just like, you see into the madness. You just see the nutcase that I am, because I'm like, I don't know, because this is a really thin and like fragile envelope. So I got to go over this very carefully. So our antiquing business has been really fun. Let me know if you want to see more of that. Let me know if you want to see some like furniture flipping, some leather working, maybe some woodworking. If you'd like to see more family stuff. I know some people really like the integration of like family life and a vlog style type of deal. Well, let me know if any of that type of stuff you think would be a welcome addition to, which I know most of you are like, you know, do whatever you want to your channel. Like, we just like watching you. We like seeing your takes on things and how, you know, a guy crafting like is just fun to watch, because usually it's, you know, I mean, it's a women dominated industry. I think Tim Holtz and Simon Hurley are about the two exceptions. You know, there's others like Mike Deacon. I've just started watching again a little bit. Man, I used to do all of his project inspirations and all that stuff, but then of course just got pushed to the back burner like a lot of things did there for a while. So see, isn't that cool? It's awesome. Now what I could do is maybe some like a light layer of gesso over the top. I know what I'm going to do though is sew over it after it's dry, of course. So that will be a tomorrow project. Okay. I might even do like, because this dries clear, so I may even give like a decent little run of glue, see, so that we don't have things like that, because the last thing I want is to fold this thing when it's done. After I cut it out, after I cut it out and stitch it and do all this stuff, I don't want it to just like crumble or split or tear or whatever. Now, this is my leather working mat under it, so I don't want to get glue all over it. So, because you guys know, when I use glue or paint or gesso or, you know, honestly anything, I'm just kind of a heathen when it comes to it, because I just big ol' mess all the time. This is nuts. Have you ever seen anyone do anything so barbaric as to cover something like this just entirely in kids' glue stick? I guess we'll see if this works. So I'm just wanting like a nice little top coat, and I feel like even a collage medium or a gesso would still be too much. So here I am lathering it up with purple glue. Okay. Just what a disaster I am. Okay. So anyway, was anyone placing bets on if I'd actually continue making videos after I made that last one? Come on, don't be shy. There was probably a wager in Vegas about whether or not Austin was actually coming back. I'm here. It's been busy. Also was hoping to make that one journal that I kind of promised, and then I lost interest in. See, because I'm definitely the person that's like, I'm really like an all or nothing type of person. And so when I come back, I'm like, well, you know, I want to save the world and do all this type of stuff and make a full journal and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm gonna sit down. Oh gosh, I'm just tired. All right, so let's see here. Oh, that's better. My back is killing me. So I need to sew this. Set that over here. And then I'm gonna put this on something, but I don't know. I don't think I want it on this because it's just a little too big. Although, that's not half bad. No, yeah, no, I don't want that on there. What I might do is something like this. And then yeah, something like that. That's nice. And then sew around it, or at least a little bit, like obviously avoiding these two staples, and then Going like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I suppose I could have gotten my, you know, any of my plentiful liquid glues, but here I am. The power of the glue stick compels you. Okay. So I don't even think I told you guys we took our like middle two kids to Greece as part of a homeschool trip, and oh my gosh, like religiously changed my life. It was just fantastic. It was amazing. We were in Athens and Corinth and stuff like that, saw where a lot of stuff went down. Like, it was just cool because our son's studying ancient Greece, or was studying ancient Greece, so we went to Greece, which is the cool thing. One of the cool things about homeschooling is that we can go and do that stuff. Okay, so I think what I want to do here is tear this off. And tear this off. Take this off. You know what? I think I actually just kind of want to do a bit of a collage on like this. Yep. Okay, now where? There it is. I'm really into like the grungy collage, like sewn, just, oh my gosh, the stuff I've been seeing on Facebook, man. Just gorgeous. I know some of it was, I'm probably going to mispronounce her name, but Margie van der Zeddy, or Margie van der Zed. The stuff she posts, it's just, that is like, that's really what made me like, okay, no, I'm not gonna make this journal like I said I wanted to, because I want to do some of this type of stuff, because gosh, her work is just amazing. Of course, I'd also love to be a maker for Tim Holtz. I think that'd be pretty sweet. So, he has liked some of my stuff before, so I don't know if he's ever seen me on YouTube or not, but he's definitely seen some of my stuff on Instagram, so that's fun. Okay. think I want to keep it all kind of like muted, like vintage, like some people call it like sad beige, but I think it's just nice. It's, I don't know, it's super aesthetically pleasing for me. Now I will tell you that bright colors are also super aesthetically pleasing to me, so I don't know, so like Dina Wakley and Diane Reevely, like the stuff that they do is also just super, I love it. So I don't know, but I also just love like this almost monochromatic type of thing. I don't know. Like I said, I guess I'm just a nutcase. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so let's take a look here. And then there's stuff like this that just is gorgeous. Ann Arbor, Michigan. I guess I thought Ann Arbor was in Maine or something. Oh, now my stuff's getting sticky down there. Okay. Fingers are sticky, my desk is sticky because of the craft paper. Ugh. Alright. Let's see if we get inspired by, oh, I remember making this one. This one was fun. See, I love this. Oh, and that's the cloth tape that I was talking about, that, you know, sometimes I use fabric, sometimes I use tape, sometimes I use paper, whatever, just to reinforce stuff. So there's an example. Man, and my gluing, I tell you what, dude, that freaking glue is awesome. I think that was the Oohoo glue. But man, isn't that fun? So these, I think I made to go together, like in a set, because they're all pink and stuff. So this, unless someone's interested in it, I need to sew around that. Hit me up, let me know, send me a message or something. Need to sew around that too. And need to sew around that as well. And this one is a little, yeah, it's a little envelope that I need to sew around and tip into a journal or something. Okay, so we'll leave those be right now. I want some book page. Oh, hey, look. Here's a book page. And this one, this Eclectic Fifth Reader, is far too fragile to do any kind of distressing on, so. But not everything has to be distressed. I always have to remind myself. It's okay. See? Fragile. Start making a little collage here on the... You know what? That would be interesting. Is, I think I've thought of doing that before and I just never have, is like making like collage sheets out of... That's kind of genius. Out of like my drop... I guess you'd call it drop cloth, I don't know. But out of the, like, what is it called? Holy cow, the craft paper, like, table covering. That's great. desk mat. It's not a mat though, so desk paper, I don't know. Anyway, if you know what, I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. If there's a word for it, let me know. So, okay. So at some point, I'm going to sew around this, but that's not going to be right now or today. So there's that. Okay, so I want to get as many wrinkles as I can out of it. Oh, here's a paper, the original from one of my digitals. So that's fun. That'll be fun to use someday. And some hymnal pages. I had a garage sale a few months ago, and this lady came up. Maybe it was last year, pretty sure it was. Anyway, this lady came up, and I had done like this really big window, like it was an old window that was made into, like, it was like a wall hanger, right? And it, like a coat hanger and stuff, and it had little hooks on it, like old, you know, cast iron hooks and stuff. It's really neat. Well, I took that and like put my own spin on it, and I put blue on it and white and distressed it, and then I collaged hymnal pages on the back side of the glass. And this lady walked up and she goes, "Yeah, I like it, but I just, you know," I think I had like 20 bucks on it or something, because I went down on the price because I was like, dude, it's so big, like it was really massive. And so I can't remember if I said something to her like, "Hey, what's the price that'll make you want to take that out of here," or something like that, or if I just overheard her tell her boyfriend or husband or whatever. But I remember her saying like, "Yeah, I'm just, you know, I see those are like religious songs, and I just don't want that in my house." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, like, I get it. Some people aren't religious, but I guess I've never just, like, I don't know, like, I don't want that in my house. That's just such, like, a strange reaction, I think, to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's because I live in the Bible Belt. Maybe it's because I am a Christian. Like, I don't know. But I think that was a very strange reaction, you know. I don't know. Like, I feel like if it was me and, you know, I saw something, I don't know, whatever, that I didn't want in my house or whatever, you know, like she was talking about, then I'd have, like, made up a reason or something, like, you know, something other than just like, you know, no, I don't want this type of propaganda in my house, or whatever she was saying. You know, it was just really strange, I think. I don't know. So, again, not trying to be divisive or anything. It's just really caught me off guard. Which I told my wife about it, and someone else, and it was like, yeah, no, that is kind of weird. Like, I'm pretty sure I asked someone that wasn't religious just to, like, kind of get a, you know, get, like, an idea. So I kind of want to use something like this or one of my other Tim Holtz papers I showed. But I just kind of want to go back to, like, the roots of, like, book page, old ephemera, like, actual ephemera instead of the Tim Holtzified ones. So, at least for right now. I really like, this is going to sound so terrible, I really like the things that I do. I think my style is pretty. So, oh, that would be neat as like a little tab. But they're just a little too fragile, I think. This ticket strip, a little too fragile to be a tab, I think. Maybe it could, just not anything like super heavy use. I don't know. I'll do something that with probably another one or something like that sometime. Okay. I think right there is where that needs to go. Well, that's fun. Let's see if we can trim this down a little bit. Because I like the picture, I just really don't want to... I just don't want it to like overpower the entire thing, you know. Yeah, I'm tired. I think I'm at about 49 minutes. This does not need to be straight by any stretch of the imagination. It's crazy how you can just see like my finger. You probably can't, but the angle I'm sitting at, I can see my fingers behind the paper because, but like, it's a thin paper. Like, I understand you can see your, you know, fingers behind paper if you hold it up to a light, but this is very obvious. Like, it's clearly it's definitely thin. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, the old trusty glue stick. I was gonna try and slide that over, but I'm like, nope, if I try to do that, the whole thing's gonna come apart and then I'm gonna be sad. Well, I'm gonna need to find another focal image because, you know, found it. Okay, so I think I want to do a wax seal at some point, but that's like the final step. That's like after I sew and everything. Okay. Oh, here's some fun little collage pieces that I made at one point. See, because that just provides some interest. Now I may end up, you know, covering this up or whatever, you know, doing something hair later, but still, you know, I think even if, you know, because sometimes people are like, well, you just wasted, you know, whatever it is, because, you know, you put all that old ephemera or all that, you know, whatever down, and then you covered it up with something else, and it's like, well, I mean, one, I know it's there, so there's that. Two, I enjoyed it at the time. Three, it's still like, it's still there, like it's still part of the creative process, like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway. Okay, here's another little strip. Here's a little cluster that I made at one point, which, man, that would have been nice, like right there. Well, that'll be nice on something else. How about that? Could be nice on this. Yeah, it might be a little much. That's a little much. Maybe. But I like, no. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out at some point. Oh, look, more archival ink. That's fun. And distress ink. Very nice. And needles. And my cigar box type of tape. And my... oh, I can't remember her name. Man. Anyway, Wow Studio. Got this tape that finally, dude, like, I'd been looking for a product like this for, I mean, good grief, a while. I'm surprised that Tim didn't have any of this when this came out. Of course, I think his company has something similar now, but I was really surprised that he didn't have any of this, because I'd been looking for something like this for a while. Like, I know Nick the Booksmith was putting out like videos on how to kind of create your own, you know, aged tape, but it just did not work for me. Which, by the way, how's she doing? Anyone know how Nick the Booksmith is? I'm assuming she's fine. I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done with this video, probably go and go on her channel and see what's doing. That's gonna be cool when I do like a, all I'm gonna do is a zigzag stitch around here, and then zigzag around the border, and then probably just do a few straight stitches, just to kind of do that whole deal where like you're putting in lines so that it draws the eye. So like zigzag, line, line, probably down to here, line, 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 zigzag around here. maybe like a weird, like, big zigzag made out of lines right there. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's see if there was anything in this drawer that I wanted to put on. I don't see anything though. So, all right, well, I think that's all I've got time for right now. So that's not bad. It's not bad. We worked on just a few things. Now we're waiting on stuff to dry. So, all right, I like it. Well, hey, thank you all for watching. Again, let me know, comments, shoot me a message, whatever. But for sure, let me know in the comments would be great. If you would like live streams that have like party vibe, kind of, you know, like still chill, but like it's got some pizzazz to it. Live streams, doing stuff like that. You know, if you would like, I don't know what you'd like. You know, if you'd like to see some furniture flipping, some more like antiquing stuff, you know, things like that. Maybe some behind the scenes type of stuff. Let me know. So, all right. Thank you all for crafting with me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.